Another month, another Bokksu. This is February's, though I'm recording this mid-March. It's Velvet Neon Nights, and this box is about snacks and sweets and other things that you'd find at bars and cafes in Japan in the nighttime. So I'm very curious how this one's going to go. Let's learn Japanese. Yosobi, night out. Yashoku, late night food. Shuden, last train. And Hashigo, bar hopping. Apologies for that first picture. I had to get my hands to hold the picture properly. And this is the culture guide. As usual in the boxes, they have little tidbits about Japan littered throughout that fit the theme. This is talking about kind of late night hot spots and the snacks they're in. There's the open box, so let's start eating. Denshiro black tea. I'm so used to the British and Irish teas that I've been drinking and the herbals that they're very stiff and full-bodied. This one, they cut the body and the bitterness quite a bit. So I'm actually really surprised and very happy that there's enough of a tea flavor in there if you brew it long enough, but it doesn't cut into you like a matcha or say an herbal would or a fruity tea. This one is just kind of a nice lighter tea of the black tea variety. I really like this. Otona no Petite Shortcake. So this is a vanilla cake with strawberry, so vanilla frosting, and a really solid start. Very easy to eat into, wasn't very bready. The frosting, the icing took a lot of the mouthfeel, so I complain a lot about bready cakes and bready snacks in these boxes. This was the opposite. There was a good flavor profile to this. Stick Financier Moist Chocolate. Much like the Otona Petite, this one wasn't too bready. The chocolate and the sweetness is good. It pairs really well with the other tea today. And, other financiers are a little too bready, or they tend to do the matcha flavor or just a straight breading flavor. This one had kind of a buttery, almost dark chocolate. This was really nice. Oishii Baby Star Umami Salt and Pepper. Not as great as the other two, but still solid. The color kind of doesn't give it away in the camera, but it's a nice little solid dark brown. It's like those French onion sticks or some other types of stuff you'd get in a convenience store. This one just has, exactly as it sounds, a salt and pepper flavor. And nothing overpowering. I've had ones that I liked which were, but this one was solid salt and pepper flavor, easy to eat and fun. Osatsudoki Sweet Potato Chips. The best way I would describe these is munching on a whole bunch of Americanized Chinese fortune cookies. Almost the same consistency, the same sweetness profile. It's so strange because it is so familiar. Not I like it, but it's not the sort of thing I want to munch on more than that one time. So if you want the Americanized fortune cookie flavor, this is your thing. Gomazuki Black Sesame Rice Crackers. And much like the sweet potato crackers and chips that I had just now, this one is if you like this sort of thing, you really like it. If you don't, you don't. The best way I would describe this is if these were seaweed flavor, but they were black sesame instead. Because that's as close to seaweed flavor as I've ever seen something get to without actually being seaweed. So if you're like, I want seaweed stuff, but I like sesame, this is the thing. Not so much for me. Komeko Rice Crackers. Scallop flavor. This one is solid enough. The flavoring is subtle, so it doesn't overpower things like the last two that I had. And, this is just another straightforward, easy and easy to eat thing. This one's a slam dunk as they come. This is the premium Chinsuko chocolate. Dark chocolate shortbread. As soon as I read the description, as soon as I knew it was like a Chinsuko, it's almost like those Azuki crunches I used to get. Whenever I'd see them in the boxes, I'd be like, yeah, this is going to win. And I was almost always right. This one was going to be my favorite, and it turned out to be my favorite. This one will be tough to beat. Thank you, Senbei. Pretty straightforward, pretty hearty, thick senbei. I was kind of expecting a bready one when I was looking at it at first, like a crumbly one, but I got a pretty thick, substantial one. So not any crazy flavors or anything, just a solid enough rice cracker. Kaijitsu Tapuri Fuji apple cake. I was liking this enough at first. Good bits of apple in there. I could taste the walnut, but as soon as I got towards the end and I started getting to the aftertaste, it felt just awkward and off and very bad, and I could even taste it now. There's like some acidity or some really just feel to the end of it, and it lingers, and I don't like it. Freeze-dried strawberry tiramisu chocolate, and if nothing else, it washed the flavor of that Fuji apple cake out of my mouth pretty quick. It's a tart enough strawberry, easy enough to eat into. The chocolate was creamy without being too dark or too light. Pretty solid, and again, man, that Fuji cake was bad. So this was a help. Genji pie. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy, flaky, breaded pie. Easy to eat. Good flavor, good sugar. Nothing to complain about here. Pure Ring Gummy. Not as sour as usual sour candies go. It mixes well with the sugar, so you get kind of a good 40-60 or 50-50 split in terms of that. The sourness doesn't linger, doesn't like just hit you right away. It stays for a bit, but that's about it. Caramelized butter strawberry waffle cookie. Pretty good. I get the flavor of the caramel and the butter in the cookie. It's a thin wafer cookie. The strawberry spread is nice and thin. Good sugar profile. Really nice. Saving this one for last was a good idea. The Cacaocat Chocolate Dark. Nice dark chocolate orb with very melty dark chocolate on the inside. It's as indulgent as you'd expect. It's like eating one of those like Dove dark chocolate bars. Like you get a layer of chocolate and then even more chocolate on the inside of it. So if you like dark chocolate, just like the Chinsuko, you're gonna like this. Overall, pretty good mixture here. The highs were pretty high. I will say the Fuji apple cake was absolutely the worst. But, you know, there were very few bad things. And that's all I can really hope for sometimes is the good outweighs the good, and there's a solid across the board, you know, with maybe one bad one here and there. So, good sign for me and a good month. But if you want to dabble in this stuff yourself, I use the Bokksu subscription service, about $40 a month, give or take. But Tokyo Treats, Sakura Code, they do the same kind of thing. Whichever one works in your area, do it. I mean, I'm coming up on like the 4th or 5th year of me doing this, and I've not regretted it a single bit. And I just revel every single time I get these. But I'll call it for today, and I'll see you next month.